Hello ladies and gentlemen. It has been a very long time and I apologise greatly for that, but the reason for that is I have been playing Terra Firma craft. And this is, I say, a new mod. It's been around for a little while now, but it's still in beta. And one thing this does is it aims to make Minecraft harder. Now you may say, what's the point of that? But suffice to say, I find everything a lot more rewarding if it's more difficult to get. I don't like the fact that you can build a house out of a tree within an hour, and it's trying to make things more realistic as well, you know. Like, from now on, you can't punch trees to get wood out of them, to get sticks and stuff. You have to punch leaves, and there you go, you see you're getting sticks already. I've got a load of inventory here, but I'll try and avoid using it. So if you punch out the leaves, you get sticks, and as you can see you get saplings like normal. Now, as you may have seen, that is a spruce sapling. There are lots of different types of wood in this game, and they all have their own unique properties. All the sticks at the moment are the same. So I'm not actually doing this as a spotlight, so I'm not going to go in depth into everything, I don't think. I'm just doing it to explain where I've actually been and why I've been away so long. So these are maple saplings, and different trees, like I said, have different properties. I've got my home up north, so I'll show. Quite a lot of them are not very interesting. I'll explain that in a minute. These on the ground, these are stone. They used to be flint, but as you can see, there's also different types of stone. What you can do with these now is you put 2 in the crafting grid, and it comes up with this that you can click. And what this does is it's like banging a rock against another rock to chisel off pieces of that rock. So I've just pulled off those pieces, and you can't place them back. So what you do is done, basically. And on the wiki there's a load of recipes to show what you're supposed to do here, but as you can see I've got a stone pickaxe head. Now I've dropped one piece because you're using one piece to bash another piece, basically, and that's what the theory. Hang on, let me daylight it again. That's what it's supposed to be anyway, that you use one to bash another. And there's lots of different layouts, like I believe this one is the axe, stone axe head, yep. And the spade is all the way down here, like so. Shovel, I should say. Now the funny thing is, these tools don't stack, but sticks stack, and the axe heads, for example, stack. So if you have a pile of sticks and a pile of pickaxes heads, then you can hold 64 of each, and have space in your inventory saved for up to 64 pickaxes. Now, as you can see, these ones I'm picking up here are again different types of rocks. This is basalt, or however you want to pronounce it, and you can see here they correspond to the different types of dirt. Now these are kind of like mini biomes, but the actual biomes stretch for miles and miles and miles, as you can see there. But these are different variations in local geology. So you can dig through these and you'll see you get dirt, but if you dig up here, these are also called dirt, but they are different styles of dirt, so you can use them for creative prettiness if you really want. But a few things that are to be noted about this mod, apart from the beginning there. Actually, let me go and dig up. Let me show you. Cutting down trees you can do by bare hand, but what I meant to say earlier is it doesn't give you the wood like you think. If you cut down a tree, it comes Terraria style, the whole thing falls down at once, and you get these. You get actual blocks of wood, I suppose, like logs, and you can get quite a few of those at once. Obviously they don't stack with each other. You've got maple, spruce, all of that. Now you can store these in the beginning in log piles. If you right click with one, you'll get a log pile, and you can look in there. You can either keep on hitting them, right click with the logs, and they'll go in there, or you can just go straight in the inventory. Now that is an easy method of storage in the beginning, and you should use those over chests, because in this mod, to make things more more difficult, I suppose, the chests have been vastly reduced in size and only give you 2 rows now. Now another thing to note about this mod is that there is gravity involved in blocks. Dirt, stone, everything like that, it will fall, and that makes mining very interesting. And you've got supports for mining. Like I say, this isn't really a mod spotlight. So yeah, all of these, this is just the only material I had available at the time. Shed loads of basalt cobble, but if I take one out, the whole wall will fall down. But I can put that back. Which is why over there I had to put a non-dropping brick type block over it. Right, these trees here, as I was saying about the wood earlier, they all have different different properties. Now these trees, these give loads and loads of saplings because there's so many leaves on them. They are willow trees, and I highly recommend them for anyone beginning to go out and find yourself some willow, because not only do they give loads of that, but also they give loads of wood, loads and loads of wood. And if you, when you break a tree like that, you don't get anything off of the branches like twigs and saplings. But I would highly recommend punching out those trees and getting some saplings first, because you'll get like 5 from each tree. But these, when you burn this wood, you've got a fire pit, and when you burn wood, it has, because of the different properties, they burn longer or slower or hotter, depending on what wood they are. These are rubbish. They burn quickly and not very hot, but they are very good for starting out for building materials. Now, if you actually want to get building materials, you have the choice of course, making a log cabin, so you can put one there. If you hold shift, you can put another one on top, for example, and you can make a log cabin out of that using only one log a time. But if you want to actually use planks, then what you do is you put the axe up there, and you put the wood there, and it gives you wood like you're used to, different coloured woods. As you can see, it uses up the durability on the axe. There you go, quite a lot. Later on you can craft a saw, which will give you 3 wood per thingamabob. Now these woods also don't stack, but they can be used together in recipes, like so. So yeah, most of the recipes, a few of the recipes have changed quite a bit, most of them haven't. So I've got the usual wheat fields here, and they are very necessary in the beginning because it's hard to find food. That's not good. Right. This is my rubbishy little quick built castle with lots of mines and bellows and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's the beginning. In the beginning, you have a lot of trouble building axes, tools, stuff like that. It takes a little while to sort them all out, but you can build as many tools as you want from rock you harvest. Did I show the pickaxe? Yes, I did. Okay. So you got axes and things like that, and shovels just from these little bits of stone here. Once you actually start mining, the stone is exactly the same as the ones you pick up off the ground. Ouch. Let's go for a layer of basalt there. Don't know why it's taking so long to load. But yeah, these have a probability to drop. There you go. So some will drop 2, I've seen some drop 4, I think 5 maybe, and others won't drop any. But yeah, you get on average about the right amount. Why is that not loading? So I did slaughter a load of cattle earlier, so... Right, so that's fine. Yes, now, cave-ins are a major pain in this mod, as in a proper mechanic that will give you a lot of trouble if you don't do them right. I've had a bit of a cave-in here, but these are wooden supports that you can use to, well, support the roof. Just hope it doesn't trigger a cave-in. There we go. So you have, if you put wood like that, you get a vertical support, and if you put it like that, you get a horizontal support. And from those, the vertical supports actually do absolutely nothing for stability. You can put them all the way up to the roof, that won't support a thing, but if you put horizontal on, then they count like horizontal supports. And these have a 9x9 square centered on them where nothing will drop, and that supported the whole thing, so you don't need a shed load. Let's see now. In fact, the best way to demonstrate it is up on the surface. One thing I do wish is, you may have noticed the surface is at level 140 odd, and you can dig obviously all the way down to bedrock. One thing I do wish is there's a quicker way to get back and forth, but no such luck. That's exterior. Too many trees around here. I get loads of them because later on you need to use them to make charcoal, which is lots of fun. So yeah, you can put stuff on top of these like so, and build supports out, and that will support it, and it, whoops, unusual. Just give myself a stairway. Ow! Yes, so that will support that like that, but because it extends its range, you can also support all the way along here. Now I think that's the limit. No? No? Maybe that's something to do with the tree. But yeah, there is a limit to how far it can go. Just off of one support. There we go. So it was to do with the tree. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 from the support. Yep, that's 9 by 9, isn't it? Okay. So you can make some pretty easy constructs if you want to, like that. Now, like I said before, wood doesn't need any support for some reason, and neither do bricks, but bricks are rarer. So you can put up a piece of wood and build a whole base on top of it, but obviously not sideways or it will fall. So yeah, I'll sort that out later. As for the rest of the things, when you finally find ore, let me skip to where we found a massive ore deposit actually. Right, here we go. This is our main mine. I had to make a storage room because of how much stuff we were carrying to and from. Let's find somewhere to put all this wood. Actually that's not, because obviously it doesn't stack very well. Let's put it here. Okay, make sure the roof doesn't collapse. Yeah, now you may have noticed when I was doing that how tiny chests are now compared to what they used to be. They're only a couple of rows, but we've got loads of mining supports and stuff like that in here. Let's just fill this up with rubbish for now. Okay, no, actually I need those. Yeah, that's fine. So we found a large amount of ore. It came all the way up to here, and I've been steadily mining it down since then. We have, oh yeah, there's a tool called a prospector's pick. If you point it in a certain direction, it tells you what it finds in that direction. Can't believe that. I did not actually expect to find even more ore in that direction. But Biz we've had shed loads of, so not really worried about that. If you click it straight on an ore, it tells you exactly what the ore is. Now sphalerite is smelts down into zinc, which is a tier 0 metal. Have I got a sword on me? I do. It takes a long while before you get your first sword because you need your first metal for that. That's why I was so happy to find this stuff, because up until then I was just punching them to death, although you do have javelins. Now this ore is biz. So that's another tier 0 metal. Now tier 0 metals are basically the starting metals you can get that let you build your first metal items. Before you can make any of those, you need to set up ways to smelt them, for example. I'm trying to find the third ore. What's he doing there? Because we had 3 different ores down. Actually, I think we had 4 different ores down here. We've got very lucky and got them all together at once. Haven't found any others since. The rarity seems to be insane, but they're supposed to spawn in large deposits. I think we just got lucky that we had a couple together. There's been another mine branching out this way as well, and up here. So that's, as you can see, they're in different rock types. This and this are identical minerals. Goes all around here, but it's the overlay that's different. They're just found in this type of rock, or there's only that type of rock around here, but you get the idea. And this, I believe, yep, is biz again, and that's biz. So yeah, there was another one. We had tin and zinc and biz. Biz is its own metal in its own right, but tin and zinc give pretty much similar properties. But we've only been using zinc to make items because tin we need to make alloys later, although we haven't found any goddamn copper to make the alloys, which is what we need to go up to the next level. Somewhere around here, I believe, actually, we have discovered iron, which we cannot use for a long time until we get copper to make alloys to make. What it is your very first, all these things need to be smelted down and then worked on an anvil. Now our very first anvil is stone. That must be the large deposit of biz I found on the other side. Yeah, our the anvil at the moment is stone, and that's the first one you can get, and I'll show you how to make smooth stone in a sec. Oh, Cass. Yeah, magnetite is iron and Cass is tin. So that's those down there. Right, now smooth stone, you need a certain type of stone to make iron. But I believe, which type is this actually? Certain type to make an anvil, I mean. This is chert, I don't think we can use that. As you can see, we've got a lot of supports going on here in case the whole thing collapsed on us. We see, I thought there was another stone type around here somewhere. That one will do. Boing, boing, boing. Oh, something's been mined out here. I haven't been doing all the mining. That is siltstone, that's definitely not what we need. Let's hope this is granite. Granite's my favourite. If you make stone tools like I showed you earlier, then the type of stone also is important, because the different types of stone give different durabilities on those tools you make. It's still not the right type. I'll tell you what, I'll show you anyway with these, but we'll just have to assume it's granite. Now what you do to get smooth stone, which you need to build a couple of items, is you dig out all around a block, like so, and then when there's nothing connecting to it, on a horizontal or vertical, it will drop. Last block here, there you go, and it drops a block of non-cobble basically. All the rest give you cobble, but if you get 7 of those you can make your first anvil out of them, and that's a stone anvil that you can use tier 0 ores on. If you want to use anything beyond that, you need to find a load of copper and make it into bronze, and bronze will give you the tier 2 one, which you can work iron on, which will give you the iron one. But at the moment we've got iron and we've got nothing to work it on, so we can't do anything with it until we find the copper. I think there was another deposit around here. We went randomly mining in a direction and managed to stumble across something. I can't remember what it is. As you can see, you have to go quite a distance to get anywhere interesting. Or was this just us trying to get back to base? Here we go. Which one's this? Galena. Let me look that up. Ah yes, that gives lead and silver ore, believe it or not. Neither of which we can use yet. But it's interesting nonetheless. You can see how deep the ore vein goes there. It's a big old area. But yeah, and this goes all the way back to the castle. See top now, I'll skip ahead. Right, that was a long climb. Actually, let me show you something quickly, just so you know where I got all the materials for this castle from. It is here. I dug in straight lines and in sideways lines. I know I could probably get rid of even more of this, but it seemed to work quite nicely, and it contrasted well with what was below it. So this is where I dug out most of the remaining materials for my castle. The castle site itself was originally, it was just a little house in the middle. I don't know if you can see whereabouts, in the middle of the area, and then I fenced it off some of the area, and then I walled off the rest of the area and then built a castle. So a lot of the area was dug out of hills, so you can still see there's some hills over there. Oh yeah, this was my attempt at stairway mining, but it got very boring very quick. Cool. Yeah, this is about where my house used to be, and I fenced off some stuff and all that. Still some ponds here. That, in case you're wondering, is clay. But yeah, that's where I got the remainder of the materials. I started building it out of that material with all the stuff I had remaining from the surface mining. Let's go dump these. All of these, by the way, are ore. Just to show you just how much we've been gathering. It's crazy, and we've had enough to we've had enough to craft up just about anything we want out of zinc. Those are all the zinc ones. Cass is the tin one. Oops. Yeah, that is the one I want to get rid of. Good, and that. But yeah, yeah, let me show you then what we can actually do with it. Anyway, right, so you grab coal, and this is what we call a bloomery. Now, let me grab some dirt quickly and I'll show you how to make them. You could just look all this stuff on the wiki. This isn't supposed to be a guide, but it's turning into one, I know. So for a bloomery, you build a bloomery block, which is carved stone surrounded... Oh, I've got to show you how to make carved stone, haven't I? No, I don't actually. Because you start off with a fire pit. And a fire pit goes like this. You stick 3 sticks on the ground, and what you just saw me make was 2 sticks fire lighter. Right click, right click, right click, and you get a fire pit. Now this is what I was saying about the temperature of burning wood. I haven't got any around here actually. Then I've gone and dumped it all. There. So while the fire pit is alight, you chuck wood into it, and it burns hotter or whatever depending on that, and it's just used it up straight away. You can put 4 in there, you can put stuff in here that you can heat up. Now with tier 1 metals, you can see it's got its own little metadata on there. It takes a little while to warm up. Let me go grab some parts. Actually, yeah, let me grab some more wood just to show this properly. Willow, like I said, burns not very hot, but I think it might be enough. Now these things here, let me just break one for you, are bellows, and they are made using a bunch of cowhide, 3 cowhide and 6 wood, and those you can right click on and it will heat up the fire. Actually, I might as well demonstrate that one. It points facing away from you, so there. So the fire is currently at that wonderfully low temperature, but if I hold down the right mouse button on it, you'll see black smoke starting to come off the fire, and you'll see the temperature has gone up a little bit. There you go, it's still going up. Now this is still... Oh, I need to put that in there. That is a ceramic mould. You make it using clay, and then you heat it in here until it becomes ceramic, and you need it to capture the ore. Thing is, this is a very slow method, so I'm only going to show it off quickly. This needs to get to very hot 4-star, and then it becomes liquid, and then it will fall into the mould. Oh, by the way, when you're using these things, the hotter the fire, the faster it consumes the fuel as well. So using that does heat it up, and it does make this smelt faster. But as you can see, it's swallowed all of the fuel. So we've got to hope we get to number 4 before the temperature starts to go down too much and the fire starts to run out. This is the first way you can smelt anything, but once you've done enough of these to fill up one of these, which I believe is random, but I think it's somewhere between 5 and 8 of these you need to smelt, and it randomises depending on the ore. There you go, and I've got unshaped zinc, and as you can see the progress bar is probably going to take about 6 or 7 of those then. Pardon me. Now once you've carried on filling up those, doing that the same way the whole time, you will get a full one of those. I don't know if I've got one to demonstrate. There we go, unshaped zinc. And what you do with that is you heat it up until it's the right temperature again. Let me just show you this actually. If you surround something by brick, this is for later on, or stone actually, I believe it works. You surround a pit with stone, chuck 9 coal or charcoal into the pit and light it, then you get a forge. And the forge you can fill up with coal or charcoal and put all the items you want to... not those. You can't smelt with it. You can put all the items you want to use in there. This is the hottest spot because it's between all the coal, and these are slightly less hot, slightly less hot. And it's used for heating up stuff, or if you're bored, spamming out torches, because these catch fire very quickly. Sticks. That's how you make torches in this game, I forgot to say. There you go. It's still heating up, so they don't come that quickly. But it does the job. The main thing we want this for at the moment is just for heating up this unfinished thing. There's a few steps I'm missing, like showing you how to make charcoal, but that's all on the wiki. It's a complicated little process to go into. You've got to make a big old pit, surround it with log piles, light it, cover it over, and then wait 18 in-game hours, and it will give you a load of charcoal. Put the exact layout is on the wiki. Put another coal under it. As you can see, this burns significantly hotter than the fire pit. It needs access to open air, but what we've done here is given it a little chimney that goes to that way and then out into the air, so I don't get my workshop rained on. There's a couple of layouts on the wiki again that show you how you can lay these out, and that was the one I chose because it takes it outside the wall. Come on, heat up faster. Now, the working temperature of zinc, i.e. when you can actually do stuff with it, is very hot 2 to very hot 3.5, but if it goes over 3.5 it melts back. So if you've got an ingot, and let me show you how to make those. This is the forge that I was telling you, the anvil I mean, that I was telling you about. Take the plans out. You need a hammer in there that you can use any kind of stuff with, and it gives you a list there of what you need to do with this. So it says the last 3 have to be hits. These all give positives, and these all give negatives, so the last 3, there you go, and we got an ingot. Now those, once they've cooled down, can in fact stack. But that isn't for a little bit. Now we've got some plans here. What you've got here is a writing table. You put a piece of paper there and do ink in a certain pattern that you get from squid. In a certain pattern there, you get 1 ink sac from a squid that gives you 16 ink, I think, or 12 ink. And that's plenty, and you can make plans, and those plans, let me give you the chisel first because I need one of them. Chisel. The plans never get used up, so you can just keep them lying around there. Right, hit last, not last, and draw. Okay, so we want to go all the way up there, and draw, hit last, and not. Let's go a bit further this way. Draw, no. Let's go. That should do it. Draw. Light it, light it. Now, depending on how close you get to the marker, it has damage. So that is not a 100% chisel, but you add sticks to it, you get a chisel. Is this still going? Yeah. Now, the chisel is a wonderful little feature, because if you put it in there with any kind of stone, you get bricks. And you get bricks relating to that kind of stone. So you can see they're subtly different from that colour. Let's just break those. Now, another nice new feature they've added recently is if you hold down M or press M, you get creating stairs. Right click that. Oh yeah, you need a hammer on you, so I'll just borrow that a second, hope you don't mind. Slabs. Oh yeah, that cuts it into slabs. Smooth it. No, let's break that and do it again. Oh, no, no. Oh, that was only my stone one. But yeah, you can do this on any kind of what am I doing? Any kind of material. Right, so what we want is stairs, which does not seem to be working. And that vanishes. Maybe it's a visual bug. Let me check. Nope, definitely not visual. I was doing it earlier. Not sure why it's not working now. Let's try smoothing. Well, that doesn't seem to... Oh, it's probably because my hammer's dead. Almost dead. I was sure I had a stone one. There we go. Right. Let's put that back to stairs, slabs, stairs. Let's do another one. Why is it not working? Oh. I guess they don't correspond to each other properly. Smoothing turns into stairs, that's not good. Oh well, I'll bug report that. This thing is only in beta, low level beta. Also, if you break these, you don't get it back. So you have to do them in place. In situ, or whatever it's called. Let's put those back there. It's an emergency backup hammer, that is. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, got the ingot, made the item, that's fine. Now, once you've got the chisel, and you've made a load of smooth stone, like a load of bricks like that, you can make the bloomery. Now the bloomery is made with, first of all you need a piece of charcoal surrounded by bricks in your crafting table, and then you need to do a base like that, and you need that, that, and that. You need to do the same again on the top. Oh, I can't do that now, can I, with these? What else have I got? I've got wood around here somewhere, I think. Hell, I'll just use bricks. Right. Oops. Okay. So yeah, you're supposed to be making them out of bricks anyway, but if you got it like that, and as you can see you can put them in the floor, then you place the bloomery blocks that you crafted, which is that one, and place it right there. It will turn this into a bloomery. Now you can extend the height of the bloomery by putting more blocks on top. You only need the 4 surrounding blocks, but I prefer to do the whole pattern. And once you've got a bloomery, it's got this little UI here, shows how much ore, how much coal. And to light it up, you chuck a bunch of the coal in there, and it will automatically start. You know when you've put too much coal in because it won't accept any more. Actually, I think I've gone a bit nuts there. Yeah, I've got 85k of coal. And this thing can only handle about half that, I think, normally. And then what you do is you chuck all the ore in on top, and as you can see, it didn't actually take that much because I filled the thing up with coal, which is not good. 27k of ore. These things can go up to like 6 high, I believe, so you can fit a lot more of each in there. In fact, let's do that quickly now. That's a bit higher, isn't it? Although I've only got 7 charcoal on me. Ouch. You know what I haven't got? I haven't got enough of those, there we go. I haven't got enough of those damn things to demonstrate. The ceramic moulds. So these just sit on top. I like to leave a couple on top while smelting as well, because then they get instantly absorbed into it while they're in work in progress. See, that's 90k of each. That's the maximum you can have now. That's heating up. But if I right-click this a bit more, that one's facing towards that one. You can see it's heating up quite a bit more. This one's still on 27k. Now, for these to work, you need a ratio above 1 to 1. You've got to have more coal, or the same amount of coal as you do ore, otherwise it won't smelt properly, apparently. So that's going up a bit more. I think I can get it up to 3 notches higher with this. These don't need air, by the way. Don't need to see the sky. Come on, hotter, hotter, hotter. See, this one's finished already, and out of 20-something k of ore, you get 1.5k of that, but I'll show you what that means once this one's finished. Shouldn't take too much longer. Oh, 85 coal. Let's top that up to make sure it keeps going. Oops. I think it's just finished, actually. If it's all just gone, yeah, that's 6k. Okay, there we go, moulds. Although I'll fill up these 2 again because they're half done. Right, so what you do now is you put a mould in there and it will fill up with the output. I'm not sure how much output you can hold compared to how much ore and coal, but that's how it goes. And that is how you can mass smelt stuff using the bloomery. I've got 3 of them because it's better to have 3 small ones than 1 large one, because you can smelt 3 different things at once. And if you're paranoid, you can keep an eye on them from up here. Yeah, if I can hit the UI while chucking stuff in there. Did I have a half-done one? Yes, I did. Just put that in there. You need 2k to fill a mould, just in case you're wondering. Now, these wonderful things that you're handling with your bare hands are white hot. Brilliant white, and as you can see, they're cooling down nicely. So we can put them in there and wait for them to cool down. And once they're at the right temperature, they become solid, which is very hot 3 stars, I believe, which you saw earlier. Oh, I don't want to put that in there. Let's put the rest of my ore in there. And that is what you can use to actually. That's a good point, my armour is a bit knackered. You can do the usual repairing things by combining them, kind of thing. So yeah, these are all cooling down nicely, and then we can start working them. Now, differences between coal and charcoal. Everything can take charcoal, but not everything can take coal. I believe the bloomeries can't take coal. But coal is obviously found underground by mining, but charcoal you can make yourself as long as you've got a decent supply of wood. Coal burns a bit hotter, but I've yet to try that out because I haven't got any high level metals. I've got 2 axes. So yeah, that's something to look to later. Oh, and the different types of stone, obviously. That's a shame. This is still hot. You can use this to cook meat or anything you want. It would normally be cooked. And as you can see, you've got lots of different recipes here. You've got saw heads. The saws are the ones I told you can cut wood 3 times instead of 2. You've got pickaxe. Plate greaves are the legs. Scythe blade. Scythe. I'll show you what that does. That's great fun. Once one of these cools down, and then I think we'll leave it there. Can't think of much else to show. Basically, as I was saying before, I need to get hold of copper next. I've got a few copper bars, but not enough to do anything useful, because you need to combine 2 of those into a sheet. I've got a zinc sheet there. No, actually, no, you don't. You combine 2 into a welded ingot, and then you can hammer that into a sheet, but we don't need to do that. I need 7 welded ingots of copper to make a copper anvil, which will then let me work. I can smelt iron, but I can't work it into a bar, so I can't do anything with it. Oh, there we go. Let's grab one that's just about to cool down, because that one's too cold to work now. There. So if I put that in there, it's quite easy to do these. Take the plan out. You just do upset twice and 3 of those. That's the same on all the tier 1s, because I haven't actually had a look at any of the others. So I need hit last, draw, second, bend. So I need to go bend, draw. Nope. Okay, let's go further up. Oh, my hammer's broken. So the difficulty is that it doesn't matter how much you work it, you just have to make sure that it's close enough. Oh, that's too far. A bit more. Right. Bend, draw, and light. No. Needs to go further up this way. Bend, draw, no. There, maybe actually. Bend, draw, no. Bend. Let's move it up a bit about there. Bend, draw, no. I'm doing terribly here. And light hit. Oh, I see the thing's cooled down now anyway. What about the others? Are there any others hot enough? Nope. And that thing's gone out. Urgh. I'm rubbish. Sometimes I can get them instantly, other times it takes loads of tries. Just wait for the thing to heat up. Luckily it's almost hot anyway. Now you can see the ingot itself only stores the last 3 bits of metadata on it. So the last 3 rules. As long as you keep on trying, you can work this thing as long as you want, as long as it stays hot, and get a perfect item. I've got 1 or 2 perfect items where I've got it dead on before, but it's rare for me. So I just tend to wait for when items are nearly dead and combine them up and do all that. I think there's a slight gain if you're combining an almost dead item with another item. You get more back than you would use if you kept the item. Right, bend. No, another one. Bend, draw. No, that'll kill it. That's the one. Light hit. Oh, still did a lot of damage. Scythe blade. Scythe. So if I put that in there, you'll like these. Now, like I was saying before, if you punch down a tree or cut down a tree, you don't get any of the leaves. But with this, there you go. It covers a large area. You can take out a whole tree in quite a short amount of time. But as you can see, it takes significant damage doing so. But if you do one of these willow trees, and you've got sticks and saplings to last until Christmas. Unless it's already December, and then you're stuffed. So I've got 6 saplings and a stack and a half of sticks from that, which is not a problem. I would cut it down, but I don't want to have to carry around all the wood now. So yeah, you can do maybe 4 trees like that with the scythe. And it's recommended doing those on hickory trees, because hickory is the hottest burning wood and it takes a very long time to grow. I don't think I've got any hickory left actually. I think that's a hickory sapling. That is a hickory sapling. So yeah, you want to cultivate your hickory, and they don't have a lot of leaves, so you may well lose out on some of them. Got another hickory sapling there. They're being a bit overshadowed by the willow. At the moment, nothing needs hot enough burning that that can't be sorted with those, with willow. So I'm just spamming out willow. I did have lots of hickory, but I don't know if it's a mechanic or a bug, I managed to heat my fire so hot that it actually evaporated the ore I was working on, which is kind of concerning. So these have still got shed loads of coal and they last for quite a while. So yeah, completely evaporated the ore I was working on, and I did that a few times before I realised my mistake, and lots of discussion in IRC as to what on earth's going wrong. So it's quite amusing. So yeah, you just need willow for now. Plus it makes good building material because you get loads per tree, and you get lots and lots of leaves. And this is my food source once my beef wears out. Oh, let me show you the charcoal pit. This is the layout. Bloody vines! This is the layout of a charcoal pit. God, I get everywhere, don't I? Right, you need a layer of free around the actual fire pit, and then another layer of free on the outside of that. Then you need to cover it over with another layer of 3x3, and the pit has to be lit, and once it's covered over it will start smoking, and then you have to seal it with dirt or these or anything like that. We use bricks because they don't collapse. Usually you start off, you use dirt to cover over a pit, and you'll know when the pit's done, when the charcoal's complete, because the pit will collapse, because the dirt will have nothing to hold it up and all the wood would have burnt away. Now you can do these charcoal pits with just one wood in each block and get some charcoal out of it, but obviously it's an 18-hour long process, 18 hours in game, so you're better off filling all of them quite a bit. So I'd have to clear probably my whole forest or more to get enough to get enough wood to fill that pit, and then I'd get a stack and a half of charcoal out of it, I believe. That's what, no, 2.5 stacks, that's what we've been getting so far out of these pits. So it's quite good if you need them, and as you can see I had quite a lot to last quite a while. Well, so this is what I've been doing so far anyway. Hope you enjoyed watching, and now I'm going to, that's the chimney. Now I'm going to spend the next several months down this pit, because that's what I've been doing. I made a load of stairs, a load of ladders I mean, thanks to having so many sticks. And I am desperately trying to find copper now to go up a level, up a tier in metal. Been doing lots of digging, found nothing of use really. Found oh yes, giant caverns, they're a nice little feature of this. We've got stalagmites and stalactites in here, although the stalactites don't show up too well. But yeah, big old caverns, go on for miles. This is one of the smaller ones actually, and it's a very nice atmosphere to work in. Lots of fun. Whoops. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and you know where to find me. I'll be mining. Bye bye.